All right, we gotta rank some things on the damn tier list, man. First up, the letter E. Now let's talk about the good things about the letter E. The lowercase version. The lowercase E is far better. It's a smooth one stroke. Cursive E's, you can just kind of do a little loop-de-loop, super simple. Capital E's though are a little bit lame. I'll be honest, capital E's kind of suck. There's already a tier for E tier. I think E tier could like provide a lot of value, but also E tier is one that's oftentimes removed from tier lists. Honestly, a lot of times people go S, A, B, C, F or D, F. So yeah, I think between capital E and then also E tier being deleted from the tier list, I'd put it in D tier. E gets in D tier for sure, I think. Somebody make me rank the letter I, I'll put it next to it. Anyways, next up, let's rate Bad Dragon. Now, I'm assuming that they're not talking about, I think this is a show or a movie that we crossed out the rest of the name. They're talking about the company Bad Dragon that sells alien dildos. I think the main problem with Bad Dragon, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but at least when I had looked them up in the past, is that they're all about the size and the shape, and they don't vibrate often. And vibrate is a very important part about toys in the bedroom. Just having something large to shove in a hole, I got a fist for that. Like, they do sponsor Meat Canyon though, so I do think that brings them up a little bit. And they're also, I think that they would be a really funny gift to get people if they weren't so expensive because they're incredibly high quality. Like, don't get me wrong, they are well made, well crafted. So I'm gonna put them in C tier. Simply, they get that bump because they sponsor Meat Canyon. Beloved creator. I've seen a lot of allegations about Bad Dragon supporting weird things. And there was like one thing where they were like anti-trans, but that turned out to be incorrect. And so I'm gonna pretend in the rating of Bad Dragon that I know nothing about their politics. I think we could get into the weeds about the politics of most anything. You wanna talk about somebody I shouldn't put in S tier? Probably this guy, you know? Like, the guy in this picture probably voted for Donald Trump. I don't know, man. Like, next up, boobs, easiest thing to rank. The top of S tier, nothing goes above it. I'm gonna have it overlapping with the ranking because it's so high. If I ever meet God, if God exists, I'm gonna dap him up for one reason and one reason only. Suburban home with solar on top. So here's the thing. I think that getting solar on your roof is amazing. One, you get to be off the grid. Sometimes you get money back because you produce so much power from your solar that you can literally give it to your grid, which then you make money. The main thing is, that it's expensive, and then you're still paying it off. But here's the thing. Anytime I see somebody with solar on their roof, my immediate thought is, you got scammed by a door-to-door salesman. El Bozo. By a door-to-door salesman. Those guys are so annoying. I lived in suburbia for a while. Here where I live now, we don't get a lot of that because I live in downtown and if people are getting solar, they're making their own damn choices. But people in suburbia, gotta respect the hustle though. No, you don't. I think that's the biggest lie that I've ever seen in my entire life. You don't have to respect the hustle of somebody that gets told, hey, I'm not interested, I don't want to talk, and they literally ignore what you just said, and they say, so when did you buy this house? Have you thought about upgrading? Like, no, that's so gross. I hate that shit. No, respecting the hustle is like somebody that does a really good marketing campaign and they do something that sells really well. Door-to-door salesmen, you are not required to respect them. If that's what you do for a living, cool, that's awesome. I'm not gonna disrespect what you do for a living. I dislike what you do for a living. I'm gonna disrespect you if you come to my door because I ask you not to talk to me. I say, hey, I'm not interested, don't care. Honestly though, if you need a pro tip, chat, of how to get the door-to-door salesmen to not talk to you, just say you're a renter. And I know a lot of you are, but it's the easiest thing because as soon as they hear that you don't own the home and you have no leeway in getting the solar, I own my house, and they answer, I look young and I'm like, sorry, I don't own this place. And they go, oh, that makes sense. Have a good day. Or answer the door if you got a dog and say, dude, you just I did this the other day. All right, answer the door. Hardy boy is barking and I got him by the collar. And I go, dude, you just scared the shit out of him and he pooped on the floor. I gotta go clean that up. And I shut the door. He didn't argue. So because of the aspect of people in suburbia getting scammed, I'm gonna put solar in C tier. Because again, really good for the environment, really good for your home in general. If you can afford solar, I'd love to get solar panels on my house. Video doorbell solves this. Oh yeah, being able to see who's at your door and then not answering. You ever stared at somebody through your window? A salesman rings your door, you can see them through the window, they can see you, and you're just like, oh, not answer that. No, I can see that you're somebody I don't want to talk to. Hell no. All right, next up, let's rank Sherman-Williams paint. Honestly, I'll be honest, I like the smell of paint. I'm a freak, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. I like the smell of fresh coat of paint, dude. As like a fun little task, dude, I love painting walls. You wanna ask me to help you move? If you're a close friend of mine, Jace, if you're still watching, of course I'll help you move. Not a close friend? If you wouldn't help me move, absolutely not, I'm not gonna help you move. But you want me to come paint a room with you? Bang, I'm there, baby. Yeah, B tier. B tier on the paint. Diego. I think Diego goes in S tier. Now, this isn't Diego from Dora the Explorer, even though it's represented by it. This is Diego, the chatter in our chat. The person that sends the most incoherent TTS messages because he can speak fluent English, but he cannot read or write fluent English. But he keeps trying, and he never gets mad at me that I can't read what he says. Like, sometimes, I'd say like 10% of the messages that he sends, I literally just go, Diego, I can't understand what you just said. And he just doesn't argue. He's like, yeah, my bad. I sucked at that. But he's always funny, always down to do for a meme. He always sends me the funniest as the meme. It's literally like yesterday, there's a guy with an excavator in the street digging up somebody's tree in the yard across the street, and they're swinging the excavator across the roofs of cars. Like, they're just swinging the excavator over cars. No shame, no care in the world for any safety. They were just swinging the excavator over cars. And Diego goes, how many subs to show it? And I'm like, bro, I can't dox myself. All right, this is, who the is this? This is Potemkin. I don't know who the this is. Hold on, let me get a big view of them though. Okay. Why does it look like if they didn't have these clothes on, they wouldn't be big and large? Also, it looks like I could be able to see their dong. I do like a heavy in fighting games though. I respect a heavy in fighting games, but I've never played them before. So in order to not upset fighting game players, because maybe they're really broken, I'll put in B tier. All right, we'll do Kellen Quinn immediately. S tier. Kellen Quinn and Pedro Pascal making out would be... I would shoot myself in the head because I never want to see anything ever again in my entire life because I wouldn't want to die with that memory. I'll say it right now. All right, next up, let's do Mika Miba, person who notably glazed me. I got this idea from Mika Miba, by the way, so thank you, Mika Miba. That does put you up one rank. I just want to let you know. Mika proceeded to glaze me when talking about me and ranking me on her stream. This shit was crazy. He's so good. He's such an inspiration. I look to him all the time of like, how to monetize and milk my audience for all the money that they're worth. And then she proceeded to put me in B tier. Literally, her partner just went, so you thinking A or B tier? And then she goes, with the option. Because I'm already mad that S tier wasn't even in the question. But with the option of A or B tier and satisfying their partner, I still get put in B tier. That's insane. And I would originally put in C tier just to get one up on you, but I did yoink the idea, so I will also put you in B tier out of respect. Out of respect. But I will put you slightly tilted. All right, next up, Nikola Tesla. I don't really know a lot of what this guy did. I just know that he just like continuously gets it yoinked from him, and then also got his company or his name yoinked to be then the modern day Tesla. So I'll put him in C tier because I feel like he's probably from that era where having bad opinions was cool, but then also got like a lot of his yoinked and then is now having to live in cringe of his name being Tesla. Yeah, that guy made the Cybertruck.
Is this stealing ducks?
Here's the thing. You're stealing. That's a crime. Crime is cool. You're stealing ducks. Ducks, kind of pretty cool, but probably shouldn't be a pet, so we're gonna rank you down, right? But you will be on that grind set, which then you could then sell the ducks for more money than you stole them for, which is free, so that's even cooler. But then there's less ducks in the wild, which is uncool. So B tier. Next up, Armadillo, aka ArmadilloTea, aka my head moderator, aka the guy in the background working on this, the guy that's adding all of these images, aka the memer in the back. Armadillo gets S tier, but let me tell you why. I hit this guy up this morning. He knew that we were doing this. I didn't tell him how we were doing this until this morning. I hit him up an hour before the stream. I literally said, yo. He immediately replied, yo. I said, we're doing this in Figma. I sent you an email because I looked at what Miko used. And he's like, all right, cool. And he's just down. He's just a down-ass bitch. No matter what I'm doing. That's why he's the GOAT. Because he's just down. He just rolls with whatever I throw at him. All right, ranking chat. I ranked them in F tier because they can gift 5 subs to move themselves up 1 tier, so I want to milk them for money. Blue Knights Drum and Bugle Corps. Let's look up a video of them. This is the warm-ups, by the way. Show music. Okay, their costumes are really good. Looks like they're trying to be C-3PO. Can we give subs to move down? Of course. Want to see a finale. I'd normally give them B tier, but I don't like this guy's sunglasses, so they're getting C tier. Super Giant Games. We're just ranking Super Giant Games in general. I think they get A tier across the board because they make dope ass games. I just don't like that they did early access for Hades 2. My personal opinion, just don't think it's necessary. That's crack. Weird that a lot of you could immediately tell that, chat. I don't think drugs are good, okay? Crack is not cool. It goes in F tier. Fent, also, that goes in E tier because I like doing Fent. But I've done it in medical places twice, and it was really fun. I have to admit it. I liked it doing it. Ristic Study. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 1. Yeah, that's broken, dude. Put that in E tier next to, or D tier next to E. JPEG file. I hate JPEGs, dude. I'll put it in E tier because of the King of the Hill meme. Figma. Figma gets A tier. Simply because it's actually a really good program. It's completely free for most of its uses, and it's like good for so many different use cases. I know people that have done their entire jobs in Figma for free, but their name kind of sucks because it's a D's joke. You can't be a legitimate company and be a D's joke for a living. That just doesn't work. Frumby, I hate that this was made. It's F tier. This is like the biggest abomination that is in my chat often. Flash games, S tier. I miss the era of Flash games, man. There was so much creativity that came in Flash games. Arson, I'm afraid if I rank this too high, it will make people want to do arson. I will put arson in D tier because I do not think the arson is cool to do, guys. You should not do arson.
Rank the lizard doggo from the game satisfactory.
All doggos get S tier. Don't even ask me to rank anymore. Who is this? This is a character from Limbus Company. Library of Arena, same thing. Like with all weeb properties, I'm afraid if I put them too low, I will get murdered. So I will put them in B tier. I'll put them in A tier because it's actually in the lighter gray, so they're more readable. You're welcome. Rating tier lists. Genuinely, tier lists are F tier content, man. It's the laziest to do that just gets you free views, and it's awesome. But it's so goddamn lazy. Tier list content, omega lol. Druids from D&D, A tier. I love druids, man. Just being able to, like, be one with nature, around with animals is really cool. But oftentimes, they're stereotypical tropes of being, like, ditzy or unintelligent when they can like literally command the nature is insane, dude. Hassan Piker. I, like all right-wing people, would love to put Hassan Piker in F tier. You know, but the thing is that he's really, really tall. So he would, just sitting there, he would reach his head up to A tier. But then, because his head's so small, he would kind of be like right here. Because his head wouldn't reach quite that up. So I'm going to put him like right there. You know what I'm saying? In reality, I think that he's a net positive on the world. I think he does a lot to speak on specific topics that need more light. I think that he can be a little bit too stun-locked at times, but I think that probably comes a lot from autism. But I think he does a lot of net good in the world. But that's me. That's my opinion. Kobold. Okay, I love the art style. These are like ram or mountain goat horns. Goated art style. I love the horns. I think they're very unique. I love the color, actually. I love all the purples and the pinks. But I gotta be honest, wearing this heavy of a sweater in the summertime, it's taking you down to A tier. Sorry about that. That heavy of a sweater in the summer, yuck, pisses me off. Ranking Jay Gilman the chatter, almost always around to say some stupid ass shit. The GOAT viewer, moving on up the list. Maybe they even reach up to S tier. But then, what did they say in chat? Sorry, I can't order Kettlehead, because I'm British. Wait, so this is Dr. Fetus, right? This is the one that shoots bombs, not launches them from the top, right? Dr. Fetus, I think when you first start the game, you like immediately pog. And there's a lot of cool synergies with Dr. Fetus, especially as the game has gotten updated and more bombs synergize with Dr. Fetus. And I think there's a lot of cool stuff. But I actually think it's really big noob bait a lot of the time. Because what it does is it takes it, the bombs deal 10% or plus 10 of your normal damage, or like 10 times your normal damage or something, or whatever your damage reads as. And that can like actually quickly f you over with the wrong combos. So I'm gonna put it in a middle C tier. It's really fun if you find it early, but finding it late, I almost never want to take it because I don't want it to f my build up. All right, ranking me, Frost Prime. Guys, I'm going to be really humble. I'm like really not that cool. I'm like really not that cool. I'm going to put myself there. Wait, why am I here again? And why is it always this old picture of me? All right, 1+1. It's kind of like PP baby math. If you don't understand what 1+1 is, get the fuck out. Emmett Selch from Final Fantasy 14. I do not understand Final Fantasy games and the naming of the games. And when people are like, oh my God, I'm so excited that Final Fantasy 8 is coming out. And I'm like, bro, didn't that game come out already? E tier, don't care. Name it better. Stop with the numbers. Even Fast and the Furious has better numbering than you, man. All right, ranking August Buns. She goes in my boobs. Do Providence from Calamity. S tier, right? Don't people love all the Calamity bosses? Like, they hate fighting them, but it's like a Dark Souls boss where it's like you respect how insanely cool the shit is. All right, me as a VTuber, I actually think I do pretty well as a VTuber. I think I definitely have the personality to be able to make like slapstick environmental humor. So I put myself in B tier because I don't want to be like, I'd be the greatest VTuber alive without being a VTuber, you know? So this is the motherfucker from JoJo. I don't like the look of them. They scare me in many ways. No, they're honestly going in F tier. Okay, who's this? Is this the horse girl? Is this from the horse racing game? You're going down with Claw. This is one of the best memes to ever exist on the internet, in my opinion. It has to be S tier.
Please rank boofing.
Armadillo, please, could you bring boofing onto the screen? Armadillo, this is not... Okay. Boofing has two meanings. Meaning number one is storing things up your butt. Boofing also refers to your dog when they're doing like the bark before a bark. When they're like, when they hear something outside, but they don't want to make too much noise that they can't keep hearing the thing outside, they go... That's boofing. So because both of these definitions exist, I give it A tier because putting things in your ass is pretty cool.
Hello, Frost. Would you please rank my grandson Simon? If you need to create an additional rank above S for him, I'll understand.
You don't know who Simon is. He's the guy who plays the daily every day in Spelunky 2. And almost every single day, like 90% of days, Simon achieves 799. Simon does the greatest feat that you can do in the game. But he's used to mock and ridicule me, so it makes me want to go down in rank. But then I also get paid whenever I get mocked and ridiculed, so I think I give him a B tier. Whose cats were these? It's S tier. I don't even need to know who it is. It's S tier. It's kittens. We make them big so that we can see them. I think that's proper. Gremlin leader goes below Claw and upside down because I killed that twice. Donald Trump, slightly above Gremlin leader because I think he's less racist than her. Kettlehead Popcorn, the GOAT. They just came out with a brand new flavor. This is a really easy one. They're S tier. Not only because of flavor, because of the relationship that I've built with them. Just, I really love them. I love the people over there. I love the product. Ranking post-nut clarity. I'm gonna actually say this. This is gonna be a controversial opinion. I think post-nut clarity is kind of sick. Sometimes I have my best thoughts in post-nut clarity. You ever have the time when you're just like, I'm really stressed out. Maybe I should just jack my shit, and then it just like calms you down from being stressed out of your mind. Yeah, but you can't nut anymore. Not with that attitude. Rate Vanilla Mace. I don't know who this is. Who is this? I don't know who this is. Just judging by their visual vibe, it could be racist. So I'll put them in F tier. I don't know. Some people say that they see me and they think that I could be racist. If that's your vibe, you can put me in F tier. That's okay. That's okay with me. I do not know who that person is. I've never seen them before in my life. What is this divorce? Are you asking me to rate divorce? I'm having to rate being the reason your parents get divorced. I think that's kind of goated. If you were legitimately the reason your parents got divorced, that kind of goes crazy. Listen, I think that men being pregnant, very cool. Chat making me be pregnant makes it B tier for me. You've ruined M-Preg for me.
He's an arsonist on a noble quest to escape the wrath of the IRS. He's got conflicting positions in the endless fight for queer folks and